Hi Cancer, welcome to your March reading. So, intimacy, responsibility, taxes, obligations, a deepening of the trust in oneself and therefore the ability to trust another. What a frightening time for Cancers and Geminis it is. What do we do now, Cancer? You seem to be quite caught. Does the tide soothe you? No? Take a deep breath. Just relax. And let's see what comes up. Eight of Swords. Okay, so feeling a bit sad, a bit anxious, perhaps not even knowing why, just like, I don't feel right. I feel alone. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. This air sign really do feel a lot for you though. They're really trying to pass you that cup. What's wrong? You don't want it? Maybe you're scared to take it? Maybe you feel like you got too much to give. You want to talk about it, but you don't know how. So much to say. So frustrated. It's like you feel like nobody cares about your feelings. The Empress and the Knight of Swords. People looking down on you, people speaking harshly to you, people feeling jealous of your natural disposition to seem above it all at times. You feel attacked almost by the role you're supposed to play. Weighed down by it, needing to get away from it, only to make room, perhaps. This could also be parts of your nature that you're letting go of because your relationship is deepening. That need for control, that need to, it's everything in water. The need to overanalyze and overthink and nitpick and be critical, that thing that you have in common with Virgos. These are all the aspects that you are being asked to look at now. Are you fair? Or is your morality subjective depending on how you feel about the person? And what does that say about you? Are you ready for the long-term commitment and the long-term work? Are you ready to do the long-term work? Are you ready to walk down the long road with someone who is very serious about you? Very serious. Because they're asking. And you must respond. Either way, there's a lot of money with it. Let's look at these cards. I love you. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to the second part of your reading. So as I've explained in the Pisces video, and I think in the Gemini and Libra video as well, I apologize for the delay in the readings. I've just been a bit tired, and to be honest, I think I've been a bit stressed about getting back into Europe or getting back into Denmark as all of this quarantine business was going down. But now that I'm back here with my son, thank God, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot clearer and able to do the work. So please don't take it personally that I hadn't posted the reading yet. I just don't like doing things while my mind is cloudy or stressed, because I don't like putting that into the reading. And I knew you guys needed a reading, so I did the first part, but then I just really needed to take a second before I did the second part and really shift the energy. So let's take another look at these cards. There's a lot of cards and there's a lot going on. You may still actually be right here. And you know what? If you are, that's okay. The fact that you need to communicate that to someone is also okay. I think what you may get back for the communication is the rebuttal that if you felt better about yourself, this wouldn't be quite so catastrophic. There is a Virgo who's leaving your life. It seems... I don't think you want it to happen, but at the same time, look how much opens up for you because of it. If it's you who is leaving the Virgo's life, either or, your life gets better. Now, because you can't see that yet, you may be stuck here. But there is so much more that needs to be done, and there's so much more life left, yeah? So we own ourselves by looking inside. We let who wants to leave, leave. And we focus on bettering ourselves, being self-sufficient emotionally, and being fair, being just, speaking on it, helping the people around us who need it, knowing just from an ethical point of view that we have a job to do. Everything that you do to better yourself now, Cancer, leads to a better new relationship. Some of us have been hanging on way too long to something that maybe the retrograde brought it back around. Maybe the retrograde exacerbated it, so it finally ended. Either way, the curtains have been drawn. And what you see is that you are essentially a much better person than whoever it is that you were obsessing about, or a much too talented person for whatever work you were obsessing about. Now, as we move into this third week coming up of March, you have the ability to communicate very clearly the work you want to do, how you want to do it, and where you want to go with it. But keep in mind that no matter how good your plans are, the thing moves slowly. And the reason the thing moves slowly is because well, astrologically, things are meant to move slowly right now, but more than that, I think there is a lot of mental confusion going on with you. There is a lot of going back and forth about your worth. There is a lot of, you've owned it, you've gotten there. If you're not still here, you will get there this week, but it hasn't been a very easy transition. And I don't think that you're meant to have the money come in so quickly, because I don't know how, I have a feeling that it would be quite detrimental for you if it was too quick. So although you are communicating and although you really have the long haul in mind, just remember that somehow the long haul doesn't pay off. Sometimes the long haul doesn't pay off all at once. You continue to diligently do the work. You remain true to who you are. You sit in your power, and you certainly don't chase anyone who's trying to leave. Communicating your sadness isn't a bad thing at all. But we have to become more cognizant of how much of our worth we give away when we become certain that our happiness, our even being baseline okay, is dependent on another person, whoever that is, approving of us, loving us, being there, paying attention. And if we don't have that, we can become quite sad, quite aggressive, confused. If you're dealing with another Cancer or you're dealing with a Libra, things look very promising. If you're dealing with a water sign in general, things look very promising. The air signs are a bit sharp. They kind of want to go do their own thing, and I think you should let them. The less you communicate with them, the more they'll communicate with you. Keep them on that leash until they start to behave in a way that you appreciate. And when they do, you remain in your power, regardless of how they want to communicate. And you stay in your power. You keep that power. Again, in the financial department, it may start so small that you're thinking, oh my God, is this ever going to move? But you have bills to pay and money will come in, and that back and forth may make you feel a bit small, but there's nothing to worry about. There's money coming in, although slow, and it's a lot of money. So just relax and try not to mind the bumpy road so much, because it's bumpy for a little bit before it gets straight, right? Don't beg this person to stay. Cut them out of your life if you need to. And especially if they're leaving you right now. It's not the time, you know? Communicating what you want to do long term, communicating with the people you work with is essential. Not pushing them for money is essential. Becoming independent of this person is vital. Inviting this person in and being more receptive to them, wonderful. But the power resides here with you, as it should. Communicate from that place of power, and things will be just fine. Communicate from a place of weakness and sadness, and it will all come back on your own head. All right? I love you. Let's look at these cards.